What is up, everybody? It is Rust Belt Perspective here. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you have not already. Today is November 9th, 2023, and today we're going to be taking a look back at the off-year elections we had on Tuesday night and the main message that it sent throughout the country, and that being the country's, well, at least the states that voted, stance on abortion, and how that has been quite impactful to the political landscape in this country, and how it can definitely be impactful for years to come. It and as you can see by the title of this video, clearly it has not gone in the Republicans' favor from an election standpoint, nor but it has definitely helped the Democrats out quite a bit. Um, in the two governor elections that took place Tuesday night, Democrat Andy Besar did indeed win re-election as expected, with how high he was polling in the deep red state. And a big reason behind that was that Governor Besar, he stands for pro-choice, and this is something that he campaigned on, and voila, he was reelected by 5 points in the deep red state, and that was after he won by just zero point 0.3 in 2019. So he has been able to maintain popularity, and with abortion being one of his main campaign points, he was reelected. But that was just one win for the Democrats, and I will also acknowledge Tate Reeves in Mississippi. The Republican, he did win re-election there. So the Republicans, it was not a complete loss for them. Tuesday night, they did win there in Mississippi. But then back to abortion. In Ohio, a Republican-leaning swing state, um, Ohio passed a constitutional protection to abortion, and that is just another sign that in a Republican-leaning state, there are more people than not that stand for pro-choice. They want the choice on whether or not they could have an abortion or not. And um, this just continues to roll. In Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, the Republican governor, and Republicans were hoping to flip the state Senate to Republican control so Youngkin could move forward with a lot of his legislative agenda, including passing a 15-week abortion ban. And guess what? Not only did the Republicans not flip the state Senate, the House chamber flipped to the Democrats after it was previously controlled by the Republicans. So the midterms for the Republicans in Virginia did not go well. Glenn Youngkin's legislative plans have been hit hard, and a large reason for that is abortions. The people of Virginia did not want their abortion rights at risk. And overall, like, this is just what we've seen from the Democrats. One of the biggest things, the takeaways, is that, other than the fact that it was a good day for the Democrats, is that abortion rights were uh, across the board. Across the board, they won on Tuesday night. Pennsylvania, there was a Supreme Court race in which the Democrat Dan McCaffrey, he won over the Republican to maintain that 5-2 court majority for the Democrats in Pennsylvania, a key swing state coming into the 2024 election cycle. And yeah, because the people of Pennsylvania did not want that risk of the courts overruling their abortion rights. And then you look back even before this past Tuesday, earlier this year when Wisconsin had their Supreme Court election, the Democrat won there, and a big reason for that was because the people of Wisconsin wanted their abortion rights back. And it does not end there. So Tuesday was not the first rebuke we've seen of abortion rights. In the 2022 midterm elections, this was the Senate map that came to be. In the months leading up to the elections, the Republicans, they only had to net gain one seat in the Senate in order to get a Senate majority, take it back, and it did not happen. And you saw how dramatically the numbers started changing after the Roe v. Wade case was overturned. The Republicans, they very narrowly lost Nevada. This is definitely a state that they could have won if In 2022, Adam Laxalt could have beaten Cortez Masto if abortion was not an issue. Georgia, Warnock, or excuse me, Republican Herschel Walker could have gotten the 1.5 points more he needed on the original election night to get the majority vote he needed to avoid a runoff, or even in a runoff. Could have won the close race against Warnock if abortion was not an issue. And that's just two states right there, the two closest states the Republicans could have flipped to achieve a Senate majority. And Arizona and Pennsylvania, they were a bit further out, voting for about 5 points respectively for John Fetterman and Mark Kelly, but those definitely could have tightened up quite a bit, or potentially even went red for the Republicans to expand their Senate majority. Maggie Hassan may not have won by as many as 9 points if abortion was not an issue. The Democrats, they have been vocal about abortion being an issue, and it has driven voters out. So, as the Democrats, they vie to protect abortion rights, while the Republicans, a good amount of them, do not. In the governor races, with this being controlled by state now, Arizona's governorship very narrowly flipped blue. It totally could have stayed red if abortion was not an issue. Kansas could have stayed. A deep red state could have went back to the Republicans if abortion was not an issue. See, there was an abortion referendum there in Kansas last year that, with like over 60% voted on keeping abortion rights in a deep red state like Kansas, and look at that. The Democratic incumbent governor won re-election. Abortion clearly has a strong correlation on what happens with these voting. Wisconsin, that was a close race. You saw Ron Johnson win there, but the Republican governor candidate could have won as well if abortion was not an issue. You're seeing across the board, ever since Roe v. Wade was overturned back last year, from the 2022 midterms to the early 2023 to the other night, it across the board has been a referendum, or it has been not a referendum, a rebuke against the Roe v. Wade overturning. The majority of people of America want their abortion rights, and this continues to kill Republicans. They could have 30 governorships with Louisiana flipped by now. They could have 30 governorships, a Senate majority, and a heck of a lot better of a chance to win the 2024 presidential election if abortion was not an issue that they have caused for themselves. And see, this right here is the electoral map based on state laws right now with abortion. So you see there are 24 states that to some capacity have abortion ban. Well, really 21, because 3 of these states the ban is blocked by their respective courts. But you can see where abortion is banned, and the state has been able to get away with that. And then you see all the states where they have not been able to get away with it. You have deeper red states such as Kansas, Alaska, Montana that have not passed these abortion laws. And you saw what happened with Ohio last night. This state is not red or orange in this map. You have key swing states such as Michigan and Pennsylvania who stand for abortion. Wisconsin is a bit of a different story. It was a law from the 1840s that kept abortion banned, but right now, with the new Democratic majority on that court, that law may be getting overturned in the very near future. So there's a good chance that Wisconsin comes off this map sooner than later. But for now, you put Wisconsin with the rest of that group, and still, the Democrats, they do have an electoral victory based on this situation, seeing which states stand with abortion and which do not. And what the Republicans, like I said, they need Michigan and Pennsylvania. Even with Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona, 3 key swing states all highlighted red here, the Republicans still are losing by over 50 electoral votes. So this is not looking good for the Republicans coming into 2024. Like Ohio, this key Senate race with Sherrod Brown. Montana, this key Senate race with John Tester. It's going to be a lot harder for the Republicans to flip these winnable Senate seats if abortion is working against them. This issue has continued to kill the Republicans, and there is no end in sight. So I think I've raved on about it long enough. You guys get my point. If you have anything you'd like to add or any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to comment them down below. Again, please like and subscribe. Feel free to join my Discord server. I'll have plenty more content moving forward. This is Rust Belt Perspective signing out.